Hey guys, Ultra Prime here, welcome back to more GTA 5 Online. Today's build we're going to be making the Ferrari Daytona Spyder from Miami Vice. Now, I already did a build on the Testarossa, but this car was actually used in like the first couple seasons. And the car I'm going to be using is going to be the Legendary Motorsports 2-door, and it's going to be the Grotti GT750, which is available for 1.2 million. Now, it's also worth noting that the car does have missile lock-on jammer, but since we're more focused on the build, I'm not going to be adding it. All right. Let's do it. As usual for these builds, I like to do max performance upgrades, so max armor, max brakes, max engine, and exhaust. So for the exhaust, you're just going to leave it stock. Mainly because the car has dual exhaust. Now, there is also the double small bore exhaust, but the car in the show doesn't have these titanium tips here. So stock it is. Now for the fenders, you're also going to leave that stock. Now for the hood, the closest to the hood from the show is going to be the twin vented hood. Even though the one in the show is more spread out. You could go with the void hood too, but it's more like vented, so this is actually going to be the closest one here. Now the horn, as usual, doesn't really matter, so you can just leave that stock. For the headlights, just leave those stock as well. The car doesn't have any neon kits, so we can just leave that off. Same for the livery. The car didn't have any markings on it, so you can just leave that none. For the mirrors, the closest one is going to be the square alternate mirrors. Now for the plates, it's going to be a Florida license plates, but unfortunately we don't really have that in the game. In fact, I don't even think there's even a Vice City license plate. So the closest that you can do is going to be a blue and white 1. And the actual number itself is going to be ZAQ178. Now for the respray, primary color is actually pretty simple. It's going to be a classic black. Now for the trim color, it's more like a light tan, and the closest I could find was the sandy brown. For the splitters, just leave those off. No splitters. For the spoiler, the car doesn't have that, so you can just leave that off. For the suspension, just leave that stock. Transmission, turbo, wheels. So I looked through all the wheels, and the closest that I could find is going to be under lowrider, chrome rims, big worm. And bulletproof tires, I always recommend those. Put that on. And for the window tints, just leave that off. The car itself is actually convertible in the show, but unfortunately we can't take off the roof on the GT750, so just leave the window tints off. And there you have it. Now, Alright, here's the interior, which is pretty cool. It's got like a wood and got some wood and silver there. But before we do that, we can open the doors, see what we got. Oh, it's just the doors. I mean, the trunk doesn't open, the hood doesn't open, so Okay. So while we drive back to my Richmond villa, why don't I talk about like the background of this car? So in the show, it is a 1972 Ferrari 365 GTS slash Ford Daytona Spyder. However, in reality, it's actually a fiberglass replica of a built on a Chevrolet Corvette chassis. So basically, it's not like a real Ferrari. Now, you could also say that Ferrari was not happy about this, but instead of suing, they actually sent the crew the Ferrari Testarossa that would later go on to be like the most well known car. And at the beginning of the third season, I think they they blew up this car and then they switched to the Testarossa. Oh wait, they did Ferrari did send like a lawsuit over. So the settlement was reached ahead of season 3. The production agreed to destroy the fake Daytona on screen, and then Ferrari provided the crew with the Testarossa. So yeah, the car was destroyed in season at the beginning of season 3, and that's why they used the Testarossa. I wonder if this car is going to be in GTA 6. I mean, I feel like it could be like a possibility considering the Cheetah Classic, which is based on the Testarossa, is actually in the GTA 6 trailer. So I'd say it's highly likely that this car could be in GTA 6. All right, there you have it. That's how you make the Daytona Spyder from Miami Vice. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. See ya.